Ladies and gentlemen, we present tonight in the inner workings of a nationally known comedian, writer, musician, and personality, Janor Hypercleets. For the next 20 minutes or so, we will be probing the mind of a madman. We will allow you, the audience, to be judge and jury. You might find artistic pardon for this creative process, or perhaps you might find him guilty of unnatural sexual acts performed against the mind of a generation. Mr. Hypercleets, I'm sure the question that's on a lot of people's minds, people, your friends, people in the art world, people watching this broadcast right now, one question that's probably on the tips of everyone's tongue is simply, what are you? Let's see. Well, you know, Mark, that's a question that's both difficult and simple to answer, and with an answer that's both old and young simultaneously. I've been a traveling missionary for the Church of the Subgenius for the past 15 years. For 10 years on and off, I've performed what I call stand-up tragedy and stream of unconsciousness. I've been the singer in 4 anti-musical bands in Little Rock, Arkansas, and some of them were nationally known. I'm sure a lot of the listeners out there are familiar with band names like The Generation of Degenerates, Iron Cock, Doctors for Bob, and of course the infamous Southland Corporation. I'm an entertainer, Mark. Does that answer your question? How important is the visual aspect of the performance, Mr. Hypercleets? Any performer can tell you the visual aspects cannot be overstated. The hair is making a statement. It's either groaning, I just got out of bed this morning, or it's screaming, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, let's swing. Teeth are very important. I think Donnie Marie Osmond invented the word teeth. Remember also the jacket. The jacket should be so hot it can do the show without you. What do you feel is the key to being a successful performer? Passion. Passion is the key, Mark. You take something, it can be rant, it can be stand-up comedy, it can be playing a musical instrument, it can be dance, but an energy is created. You take everything you have and you throw it into that energy. A fire is built, a creative flame. You keep throwing more and more fuel on that flame. The flame reaches up hotter and higher. The separation between audience and performer is broken down. A oneness is formed, and all are able to feel that oneness. The flame grows up to a white hot peak. Its tip licks the heart of God. I understand you made a statement several years ago that it's very hard to be an artist in today's society. Yes, it's hard to be an artist. You might wonder why. Is it hard because you're emoting the feelings of a generation? Is it hard because you're a spokesperson for people from all walks of life? Is it hard? Is it hard because you have to have empathy for so many different types of people in order to express their points of view? No, that's not why it's hard. It's hard because you don't get paid. There's no money in it. There's no money to be made. Do you think people today are bypassing the creative passion you spoke of earlier and trying to go just for the money? You know, Mark, I want everyone who leaves my show to feel like they've contributed something, namely money to me. I always have Janor Hypercleets cassettes on sale, Janor Hypercleets videos, Janor Hypercleets pamphlets, Janor Hypercleets barf bags for people who are tired of Janor Hypercleets. Remember the My Wallet Foundation. There's no fancy limos. Nothing goes into administration costs. Nothing goes into advertising costs. Every cent you donate goes directly into my wallet. Let me rephrase that in a different way. Maybe you can understand this. If I were you, I'd give me all your money. But then I'd be you, so I'd just give it back to me. Yes, but I'd be you, so you'd be giving it back to me. But I mean, I have to be one of us. So somehow I'm going to at least have some of the money. No, I would be both of us, and I would kill you, and I would keep all of the money. But I mean, I have to be one of us. Okay, which one? I guess I'd be you. and I'd be you. I think we're safe as long as neither one of us is ourselves and both of us try to be the other person. But we're both the same person. We're just jumping from chair to chair. It looks stupid. That's how you get people's attention. Create something so idiotic, so psycho, that they're like, huh? What is this? So, yeah, like they're doing now. This is what I call, to use the vernacular, dialing for bowling, for fishing, for surfing for people. Okay, Mr. Hypercleets, I think we've had enough of your strange shenanigans. People feel that your shows are a lewd spectacle of wanton depravity. With their political incorrectness, they feel like that you're insane, that you're totally out of contact with reality. I'm not that reality-oriented, and I don't see why that's such a big deal. It's a side issue. It's a sidebar. How can I express this? Okay, you know that thing, that three-dimensional thing that surrounds us, and in fact includes us, and includes all sight and sound and smell and past, present, future, including yourself and your own thoughts, and extends from this spot on into infinity and is eternal. That's the part that I have a hard time with. What is the motivation behind all this? What keeps you going? What's behind all that besides the groupies, the sex, the constant availability of every drug that there is, the constant availability of any amount of money? Besides that, what keeps you going? It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with drugs or sex. I feel the music in my soul. I simply want to make the children laugh. If I feel like if I can come into an audience and touch someone, if I can make the children laugh, then it's all worthwhile to me. I don't do this for any personal reasons, but to bring pleasures to others, to make the children laugh. Of course, I've got to get the door and 15% of the bar, and of course, if it's a TV thing, I want a T-shirt deal, the poster rights, and at least a percentage of the MTV video. But that's basically my feeling about the whole thing, is to make the children laugh. You spoke earlier about your problem with dealing with reality. If this little problem was solved, okay, Mark, that's a cheap shot. No, I don't want to hear that. No, because you told me this wasn't a setup, and that's exactly what it is, a setup. Your people, you didn't reach the fee that we had agreed upon earlier, and I'm tired of the whole thing. Mr. Hypercleets, please calm down. We're trying to do a TV show here. No, you don't yell at me. You don't yell at me. You don't disrespect me. That's the one thing you don't do, okay? Okay, I'm walking, W-A-L-K-I-N-G, what, yeah, you got me right, walking. Mr. Hypercleets, please, we're trying to do a TV show. Can we at least talk about this? Mr. Hypercleets, no, I'm walking, maybe you've heard of it, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, it's called walking. I'm sorry, I'm gonna try to discuss this with Janor for just a moment. Okay, we've managed to come to a small settlement, an understanding on this. What about, Mr. Hypercleets, is it true that your latest tape contains backmasking, as the televangelists charge? It contains what I call forward masking. In other words, I make no attempt whatsoever to disguise the demonic messages in my music and comedy. The last question we'll simply pose for hypothetical reasons. Mr. Hypercleets, if a small child were to see something so macabre, so dark, so utterly terrifying, that the rest of his life were governed by the image of what he had seen, and he had seen this image at one of your shows, and this image became burned into his brain forever, leading him down a dark, lonely road of hopelessness and despair, how would you feel about this? You know, some children have committed suicide by trying to hang themselves, imitating Alice Cooper's stage act. If even one child committed suicide, Is it all worth it? No, no. No, that's not reality. If one person mistook what I was doing, which is a satire, for reality, no, I don't accept that. And if it were 5, you're kind of putting me on the spot. 10? 10,000. Mr. Hypercleets, we have one last question before our show is over. We're rapidly running out of time. Final question is simply, what are you? What are you? What are you? What are you? Is that it? Are we done?